Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Friday. As a little gift this Friday, we are again just going to be taking notes today about the executive branch. You do not have an assignment today. You will have an assignment on Monday, okay? But no assignment today. So again, please make sure you are getting that reading passage done, and please make sure you're getting caught up on your notes. You will need them for next week. Hint, hint. All right, boys and girls, so today we're going to be talking about the executive branch. The executive branch. We started previewing a person who was a part of the executive branch yesterday with our governor. We are going to talk about the federal executive branch as well as North Carolina executive branch just a little bit, but we are going to focus more so on North Carolina. And today is 2/26. Almost through with February. It's crazy. Alrighty, boys and girls. So with the executive branch, it has a few jobs. It sees that laws are carried out. So we talked yesterday about how they create those laws, with starting with a bill, and then that has to be voted upon with the Senate and the House of Representatives. And then final approval goes to the governor, which we'll talk a little bit more about today. So the executive branch helps make sure that whatever bills become laws are carried out as they are supposed to. The executive branch may also suggest ideas for new laws. So the executive branch can't just make a law and say, this is it. The governor can't just say, oh, I think this is a great idea. Law, done. They can suggest a law, but it still has to go through the same process. It still has to go through the Senate and the House with that majority vote in order to become a law. So on the federal side of our government, and again, that's the U.S., the whole United States, the president and vice president are the head of the executive branch. They're the top two people. With North Carolina, we're going to be talking about a few other significant people that make up the executive branch as well. That is going to be our governor. And then we have underneath him a lieutenant governor. And I'm going to abbreviate governor so I don't run out of room. So instead of a vice governor, it's a lieutenant governor. He's right below the governor within that power. We also have a state treasurer. It's a fun word, treasurer. Okay. And they help with the budget, with money. And then we also have an attorney general. And we'll talk about some attorneys on Monday with our judicial branch, with that last branch of our government. All right, so focusing on who is a part and who is a head of the executive branch, we're going to focus on the governor specifically and what his duties are, what his jobs are within that role. So I'm going to come down here and we're going to write governor's duties. And again, duties are just their jobs. Okay, governor's duties. One thing that the governor has to do is prepare the state budget. Prepare the state budget. Sorry, I misspelled a little bit. Prepare the state budget. Now, for those of us that don't know, a budget, I'm going to write below here. That is the plan for spending money. So they have to sit back and think about all the different departments within the government and say, okay, who needs funding? Who might need some extra support this year, just based upon projects that are going on. The governor also, this is what we went into yesterday a little bit, reviews bills approved by the General Assembly. And remember, the General Assembly, and I'll make a little note over here as well, was the Senate and House of Representatives. So still, again, has to go through the General Assembly, Senate and House, before it can go to him for final approval, or her for final approval. If the governor approves, then it becomes a law. He can sign it, they make it a law, they put it into practice. If by chance there is a veto, so this was in our video yesterday that you guys were able to watch with I'm Just a Bill. So with the veto is when the governor rejects a bill. He rejects it. He says, nope, not gonna work. It can still become a law. Even if the governor says no, it can still become a law. However, it can only become a law, so it can still become a law only if 3/5 of the House of Representatives and Senate vote yes again. So if it comes back through, even if it made it through the Senate and House of Representatives once, if it comes back through and doesn't get that 3/5 majority vote, that bill then dies. Okay? And people can go back and rewrite it, try again. Doesn't usually happen that way though. Alrighty, boys and girls, so once you have your notes for today, please again go back, make sure you have all your assignments done for this week. You only had 2 this week, your classroom bill of rights and your reading passage. Make sure those are done, make sure they're turned in, you did your best on them. And then again, please make sure you are caught up on your notes. You're gonna need them for next week. Alrighty, boys and girls, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and I will see you on Monday.